he gets into involvement. I, Mary Jacob Okocha, there is no way I can stand up today and say I'm going to vie for House of Assembly and expect to win. This is reality. This is Nigeria. This is Imo State. I will not win. Didi, see, election is happening next year. I've not been in the political scene. I don't know what is happening. This has to do with this intergenerational conversation we're talking about. How many older politicians have I learned from? Do I understand how these things work? I might be a leader in my own space, but that does not make me a politician.
True.
That does not give me the skills and abilities to win positions, to get people to vote for me. That is not enough. So we need to start understanding that if you want to lead the space, the political space, you should be in the political space.
Okay. All right, if you're just joining, it's still Whispers to Humanity 98.9 FM Owerri, and we're talking about the International Youth Day that was marked yesterday, August 12, 2022. Well, the phone lines have been buzzing, but we'll take a short musical break. When I come back, I'll call out the numbers and also number for you to send in your messages and contributions. Don't forget that we have question of the day for you to win a gift from Whispers to Humanity.
We will take us down and build our land to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart, one heart. Where the time to rebuild and restore. We're free.
Welcome back. It's still Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri, and we're talking about the International Youth Day with the theme Intergenerational Solidarity, Creating a World for All Ages. My name is Didi. Mary Jacob is here. Ozichuku is here too, and Roland is still very much in the studio this morning. So the numbers are 090 922 2922 or 09122677989. You can still send in your WhatsApp messages via the number 0806 999 We've been talking about the theme of this year's celebration, and I must say that Ozichi really raised a very important point about Gen Zs going back to learn from the older generation and also making sure that they also keep their culture and tradition, learn your language. It's not something you should be ashamed of. Your language is something you should be proud of anywhere you go, you speak your language. And people might be interested in learning your language and thereby knowing your village and putting Nigeria in the world map. Okay, I think we have a caller. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning, Prince Imakara.
President Obama, calling from Owerri in Olo local government.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Madam.
Good morning.
I'm happy to hear from those with you, who I assume they are used like you. And from what I have gathered from them, that there are some of them did not listen to the India program anchored by Harry Ijoma. One of the callers did say, institutions. You don't need to be a youth to believe in an institution. Our problem in this country is because we do not have strong institutions. Otherwise, youth do not need to wait for their parents to exist before they take up certain rules. You can, as a young person, pick up rules in an institution. Like one of you observed that. You can be a leader in one place, but you cannot be a leader in another place. That is true. But if you believe in an institution and what that institution can contribute to the growth of the society, then you are better. You can start young in that institution and progress to be each leader, even though you are old. But the problem we have here is that we do not believe in our institutions because our institutions do not work. So the youth, working up to the realities, let them and our institutions work. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Prince Ima Opara, for your contribution. Would you like to react to what he said? Mary Jacob, would you like to react to what he said about creating institutions for youth to function properly?
Yes, of course. I agree with him. There should be more institutions to engage more young people, but at the same time, we already seeing that is not existing. So I am very excited that Prince Umokbara is not also a Gen Z. So this is a much older person telling us that these things need to be done. But at the same time, when it's not done, then what do we do? So more young people should wake up to the reality that we don't have this. So how do we bridge these gaps ourselves and take up the spaces for ourselves?
Okay. Okay, I think we lost that call. 09092229922. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Mhm.
agree on what you said. I think we should be able to display things in our own language. That's something that we really need to do. There is no reason whatsoever. I even that I'm even having confusion in English is not cool. At least I can have it fluently in English. I think whatsoever that I should be ashamed to have a conversation in my own home. That's not really English. English is something else. It's not. I should be able to have any conversation in good language, fluently. Like I said, I want to encourage all young people. I don't have no problem with the old people myself, but all young people experiencing what they're doing very well. They can actually lead. Macron is how old? How old is the president of France? France is ahead of Nigeria. France is way ahead of Nigeria. So as a young person, we must believe in ourselves. As a political power, nobody is there to fight. Fight. Complete that. And you know, that makes a lot of people.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. So the question for today is the theme of this year's Youth Day. What does it mean to you as a youth listening right now? What does the theme of this year's International Youth Day mean to you? Which is intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages. What does it mean to you as a youth listening right now? 090-9222-9922 or 091-226-77989. You can still send a message via the number 0806-999-2999. Be part of the conversation and tell us what's the theme of this year's International Youth Day means to you. Intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages. Who knows, you might be a lucky winner on the program this morning. Is there something you want to say? Want to say something?
No. I want to say something
About the Emmanuel.
about the Emmanuel. About what?
Sorry?
About what there?
No, about the conversation.
Okay, yeah.
And we're still talking about the theme of this year's International Youth Day celebration, intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages. And so far from the conversation, we've learned that we can strike a balance between the two generations to achieve a better nation and a better country. Mary Jacob, there's something you'd like to say about the conversation we've been having so far?
Yeah, yes, I I would like to say that it's amazing to have seen all the conversations that happened last yesterday in commemoration of the Youth Day. So many young people were out for these conversations, and we had so many people talking about mentorship and intergenerational learning and intergenerational feminism. And yeah, I've been listening to two amazing young people right here with me saying amazing stuffs about what we can do as young people, and of course the callers as well. I think it's beyond just a day to commemorate. It's a day to rise up and take charge. It's a day to become responsible for the things that we want to see, the changes that we want to implement.
Okay, talking about mentorship, what role does mentorship play in encouraging youth to participate in things that have to do with the society? What's the role of mentorship?
Okay, so mentorship for me is a guiding principle. So I so much believe in mentorship because of how much it has worked for me personally. When you have a mentor, you have someone who is more experienced in the field. Mentor might not be older, but in most situations, especially in our context in Nigeria, your mentor would most likely be a much older person who has had all the experience in this field. Okay. And the role of mentorship in this process is guiding you into what has worked and what has not worked. So there are certain mistakes you probably might make if you are starting a process yourself that wouldn't happen if you have someone guiding you through the process. process. And that is like I would borrow from the ideology in the Igbo context, where you have apprenticeship, imoro, Igba boy. If you watch all the people Bara boy and went through the process of Igba boy, you would notice that through the process of their lives, when they were learning this work, this skill, this thing from their bosses, there was no particular framework for it. But at the end of these years that their bosses are giving them, you would see them becoming very influential in that line of business. You see them starting up, doing amazing things. And that is showing us the strength of mentorship. That is showing us the strength of learning from the older, from the more experienced. Okay. And if you are learning from someone who has stayed in the context of our society, who has understood more on societal givens and civic responsibility, and you're learning through the process, imagine how much you would learn from what works in their generation, bring it home to what is happening in our generation, and you marry them together and imagine what you can do for a better generation, for ourselves and for the ones who hand over.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want you to turn down the volume on the radio set.
Calling from
Okay, go ahead.
I've been listening to what people are saying. Those people that video, can they speak Igbo very well?
Anụmasụkwa Igbo. Mr. Derrick, anụmasụ Igbo, anụmasụ Igbo, anụmasụ Igbo. It's not shaky, it's not shaky at all.
Like I said, in the school, I know my own kids. I don't speak Igbo anymore. And when I was small, when we go to school, we speak English. So come and go, this is Igbo. You don't do that, daddy will give you a thorough forget. So it made us well, we're good in Igbo, we're good in English. That's why I do Igbo, I think I like it. Because it was a forgetted, it will be faster. So when we talk of the ancient things you will learn, we need to bring them some of the better ones. So especially to the modern one. And sitting you at the talking, you both be talking about it our language. And something we learn from our parents, is not bring up to us. And the way we came up now, we took all that language is too bad. Most of these programs should be done people. So that the young ones can, feel in. You speak to them of English. And they are not I'm telling you, I don't know.
All right.
People, like in my house now, if I want to sleep, if I want to let them go to bed, or I don't want them to get to bed, I'll say, everybody can speak Igbo. Nobody will talk English.
So why don't you teach them Igbo?
It's not funny. I've been doing that even with my wife. We've been doing that, but it's not easy. You go to school, the teachers go in English. They communicate with their friends English. They come at home English. So what do we do? I happen to say Yoruba language where I studied for my career for university and this. You will come to Yoruba occasion. The PhD holder, so the speaking Yoruba, they don't even feel that you understand or not. It's a big educated men and women. We want to learn, they don't want to communicate to Yoruba. You come this around, if you don't speak English, you are not illiterate, which is too far to us. Too far, you go down to the same thing. So there is problem. People should please, when we talk about this, fast coming to the present, we should bring people into this, your studio, all this you do, or all this, informing people. Sometimes you bring it to people language. Some people can communicate, and they get their own what they do.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Okay, go ahead, Victor. Okay. Oh, okay. So would you like to answer our question of the day? Okay, we're asking, what does the theme of this year's International Youth Day mean to you? And the theme is intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages. Generational solidarity, creating a world for all ages. What does it mean to you? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Can you tell us the last 4 digits of your phone number? 7987. What's your full name?
My name is Ethan Victor Madabuchi.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So quickly, we're out of time. I'll let Roland wrap up with 1 or 2 things you have to say.
Okay, thank you very much. Firstly, I would like to say concerning our language and what we've lost so far, it's deep rooted. It's not something we can just correct immediately. It's something that has happened for so long, and you have a situation where 90% of everything we see, read, and communicate is English. So it's very difficult for us to actually now remember our language. It's not just our language, it's our culture, our food, our way of life. These are the things we've lost due to the entity of Nigerians. So basically, to round this off, I'd like to call on the youth. I'd like to call on everyone listening. I'd like to call on every positive-minded person. I'd like to call on the solidarity we can actually get at this time. We're going through a very tough time, through the struggle. We're trying to correct so many things. We're identifying our powers now. We are being involved in definite movement, which is eminent on social media and everything. So this is happening in Ore. It's happening in Imo State. This is Whisper to Humanity. I want people to actually identify themselves. I was speaking to a young lady yesterday when I was in the Whisper space where we had a celebration for youth yesterday. And she was so happy. She was like, I don't know things like this is happening in these states. I don't know I can actually find a family like this. I don't know, most of the problem we have as youth is people that are actually leaders and directors. So this is happening already. Identify yourself as being useful, being creative. Let's try to change the narrative. And I'd also call on people living with disabilities, because I run a foundation called Cassandra Center, and it's geared at helping people living with disabilities. So if you're a person with disability and you're listening to this program, please identify yourself with a Whisper Circle. We are trying to close the gap of discrimination and creating an inclusive society. So we cannot do this just on ourselves. So identify yourself. Let's see how we can make this country a better place.
All right. Thank you very much, Roland. Thank you, Mary Jacob, and thank you, Ozichukwu, for coming to the show this morning. Okay, for the winner of the program, phone number to call, Ozichukwu, please.
You can call or WhatsApp Whisper at 081-5401-4746. Again, 081-5401-4746.
And that's a wrap on today's edition of the program. Don't forget to join us next week, Saturday, same time, same
The
station.
Whispers.
Thank you.
Whispers. We want to change the narrative. Whispers. Change the narrative, and we want you to be involved. Chidinarese. Chidinarese.